Welcome everybody, welcome to the podcast here with your host Brandon Young Yin. Yes, and maybe New Zealand's number podcast here in Aotearoa. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, before we get started, just a couple announcements. First of all, special shout out to Otai.kiai for blessing us with some of their amazing drinks. Based out in West Auckland, they have a couple of flavors to choose from. Berry, Vi, watermelon, and mango. We'll make sure to put the details down below. Also guys, wherever you tune in, if you're running, if you're swimming, if you're running, or whatever it may be, tune into the podcast. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and also on YouTube. So yeah, check us out. Where some content come out every week, and also just to your life, and also help to bring hopefully the better version of yourself. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome one of our special guests here with us today. New Zealand's one and only Kings. What's up, brother? How's it going?
What's up, my bro?
Let's go.
Bro, what do these drinks taste like?
Bro, go for it, bro. You try one.
Contractually, you gotta say they're good.
Yeah, bro. I recommend the berry one, bro.
Can I actually taste it?
Yeah, bro. Go for it.
We on. Alright, keep going. You do it.
Let's go. So actually, as we're going in, bro, just go ahead and just give us a brief introduction, bro. Just give us your name, age, bro. Me, name.
That's good. That's actually good. That's spirulina.
And then also your favorite food, bro.
My favorite food, that's a big question, brother. That's a big question. Yeah. So my name is Kingdon Chapel Wilson, my full name. Everyone calls me Kings. Māori Samoan, 32. And I guess independent musician in New Zealand. That's probably a rounded way to say what I do. I do a bunch of things, but
bit of modest, right?
yeah. Long story short, I'm an independent musician. Probably one of the more heartier ones of the lot. Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, bro. How's everything been? Like anything you've been up to recently?
Man, a bunch of stuff. So obviously with the red light. I was actually going to ask you if that affected your other mahi, but we'll talk about that later. So in the music industry, it's kind of affected us a lot less live shows, a lot less things to be able to do. So I think in this last period, I've been trying to figure out how to bring music through without it being the way that it is, like changing the tradition of live shows and trying to figure out a way to perhaps Metaverse.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, bro. Speaking of Metaverse, NFTs, we saw you recently, on the Eager Beaver one, right? Is that correct?
Beaver, yeah. It's us, man. Yeah. This myself, Rio. We got a big team, but it's mainly local. So a bunch of New Zealanders just coming up with, as I was saying, ideas and ways around not doing live shows and maybe more on the Metaverse side. Yeah,
because that really changes a lot of things, eh? Like with NFTs and how that's gonna play out for artists and musicians in New Zealand out there at all.
100%, man. Man, I think from last year alone, in terms of independent businesses, we were down, I want to say 10,000, but it was probably more than 10,000 independent businesses.
Yeah.
And us as musicians are independent businesses, so you gotta really think about it like that.
Yeah. Because I was watching a lot of, because I'm actually trying to get into, I've purchased a couple of myself, on the Solana platform, and then on the ETH platform as well, just trying to
figure it out
and stuff like that.
How are you finding it?
Bro, it's crazy, bro. Just the amount of just the amount of hype there is to it, and then also the amount of money that's going into it as well, bro.
Fully,
it's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, you look at ETH. ETH at the moment is quite low. It's actually everything's kind of crashed.
Yeah.
But at one point, ETH was like $7,000 for ETH. So it's really crazy times, bro.
Bro, that's crazy.
And I think what you saying, you diving in, was kind of like my version 6 months ago. I dove in, looked. Now I'm getting to a point where I can actually do something.
That's mean, bro.
Yeah, bro.
100%. Because I think also as well, it's going back to talking about good for artists and stuff like that, right? We've been seeing some independent artists as well in the US, release tracks and stuff and NFTs specifically for the community, and also the cool thing that I like about is that royalty thing they have as well.
Yeah.
Artists can make their own money with their own community, and that way they can appreciate the music and the art more on a different level,
Bro, you can actually, on the royalty thing, you can actually split money with your fans, which is crazy. Can you imagine if my song pops, a specific fan may get royalties to my song, so it's winning with the fans, which is kind of something we've never been able to do, so it's kind of cool.
That's super cool, bro.
Yeah, man.
I guess moving on, bro. Obviously everyone really.
I didn't give you my favorite food, guys.
Oh.
Hey, wait a minute. I was thinking that whole time. Wicked Wings.
Wicked Wings. Oh, let's go.
No, if I could get, bro, like, I don't know if I know there's a KFC out here that does hot and spicy.
Yeah, bro.
This is a generic ass answer. And anyone goes, oh, he's someone, bro, it's actually just really yum. So go try it.
So good,
hot and spicy chicken.
Hot and spicy chicken, bro. Yeah, bro, like, everyone, like, the hype is at the Wicked Wings, but they forget about the hot and spicy.
The hot and spicy, man. And it doesn't, it's like limited in the North Shore, so we barely ever get it. But there's a place out here, I want to say it's by New FM by the Rainbow's Inn.
Oh, yeah,
it's like
yeah.
Always,
and it's always up there.
Yeah, so I end up driving like 40 minutes to get me. It's a true story. But yeah, anyway.
I might have to stop by after this.
Oh, I'm definitely going there.
Mean, bro. Yeah, bro, moving on, like, obviously we talked about, you know, you being a musician and stuff like that, like, you know, a bit modest, you know, here, pretty well known in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Bro, just give us, like, a bit of background on your story, like, where did your passion for music really come from, and what drives you to do it?
Man, I'll say, so music started for me as a form of expression. That was probably where it actually started for me. So, when I was 7, a bit younger, a bit older, my dad left my mum, the whole separation thing. And so when I was living with my mum, like a way to, I guess, express was through making noise. So I'd like make drum kits out of pots and pans.
Yeah.
Played a 3-string guitar and just learn how to kind of the basics of thing. And that was my form of expression. And then as I grew up, believe it or not, fighting actually became my form of expression. I love boxing.
Oh, man.
So boxing became like a huge part of that. And rhythm, and that was, I guess, what sparked the interest. But then to actually turn it into something serious was around Mains. Have you heard of Mains?
No.
It's like a music audio institute in New Zealand, similar to SAE.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's like a music course, yeah. So I left school to pursue Mains at the age of 16 or 15, so quite early.
Yeah.
And that was where I really got to see, oh my God, like this is something I can actually do. Like I might actually be able to make some money off this. And that was really where it started. But the passion goes all the way back to when I was young.
Mean, bro. That's so cool. Because, like, I feel like, you know, like, especially a lot of, you know, we have a big influence in sort of, like, we love music here in Aotearoa, you know? A lot of people have that passion, have that drive. And then, you know, you yourself, you know, being, like, one of those examples for a lot of, you know, young Kiwis here in New Zealand, you know, trying to find their way to, no matter the circumstance or background, trying to channel and turn that energy into something positive that they can flow with, you know?
100, man. It takes a lot of guts to be, I guess, confident, to feel confident and to feel like you can achieve something. It takes a lot of confidence. So if I can inspire anyone to be that, that's the goal.
Mean, bro. I guess what would be a piece of advice to, like, give those young Kiwis that bit of confidence to get there?
To get into music?
To, like, I guess, yeah, music or art or passion, like, just that part of it.
It's always going to come down to belief, I think. You can't expect anyone to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. You know, it's like, it's such a cliche, but it's the truth. If you don't believe you can make it, and then you're asking other people to believe in you, when you get there, I guess it's more that you won't actually get there. If you don't believe you can get there, you won't. If you can't see it, it won't happen. So yeah, self-belief is the first thing I would ultimately say. Not that it's easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah. You have to believe in yourself before you can do it.
Fully, man. Bro, we can talk about this right now. We can talk about right here where we at.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is the vibes. And it starts here. You are the inspiration right now.
Trying,
bro. That's what's up.
That's all of us, eh?
Yeah.
You know? Bro, I guess, you know, what would you say, like, what would you say is your biggest reason, do you think, for your success you've had right now?
Man, biggest success reason. My daughter, man. Yeah, my daughter. I was a solo dad early on. It was kind of this precipice moment where I had to get a full-time job or provide for my daughter doing music. So it was like this, what do I do? So my daughter's the number one reason, man. She's the reason I get up and do everything.
Yeah. See, like, yeah, that's mean, bro. Just having I guess when you have a sense of purpose and I feel like that's with a lot of things as well. You know, a lot of us in the community, you know, we tend to forget or don't understand why we do things sometimes.
Fully, bro.
And the difference is when we actually have a passion about something and we follow it, like that drives us towards our goals to reach to accomplish those.
Yeah, man. Also, like, yeah, 100%. If you think about it, like, if your why isn't as big as your, if I put it like, if I wanted to make $1,000, once you've made $1,000 in music, which is pretty easy eventually, then what? So if your why isn't bigger than that, like if it isn't something that's unattainable or like unreachable, you'll reach it pretty quick. A lot of people kind of underestimate their power and their ability. Like, oh, I reckon if I can make like $5,000 this year, I'll be happy as. Easy.
Yeah, bro.
If you just think.
If you think about it.
Yeah, and then when you hit it, you'll be like, damn, I did it. Now what?
What next?
So if you can make your what next never achievable, like, not never achievable, but say one of my goals is to be the greatest independent artist in the world, right? I'm close.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
in this country, but in terms of the world, I'm not very close. So it keeps me going.
Yeah.
It's something that's bigger than anything.
It's like goals that we want to reach, you know, that helps to push us. It reminds me of like that, you know, that famous Oscar speech by Matthew McConaughey. It's like my hero's always 10 years later.
Yo.
I'm always chasing him.
Yo.
You know, like that's just like that, bro.
It's just like that, man. I got to actually exercise. I'll share. I can share it on here.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. There was this exercise I did when I first started, like trying to achieve all this stuff, and it was, I think it was the Tim Robbins thing, maybe. Have you heard of Tim Robbins? He's like that big jaw.
Yeah, the big jaw guy.
Yeah, the big jaw motivation guy. And it was to stand where you think you are. So say if I wanted to be the greatest independent artist, I'd stand as him, and look back at me, and then try to navigate the path that way. So instead of starting here, going forward, work backwards.
Work backwards.
So a good example would be like, would number one artist worry about gas money? Probably not.
Yeah.
So then I got to get that right. Would he worry about people calling me a loser? Probably not.
Probably
So
not.
I got to work on that. And you work on yourself, and you find these like,
Find these little increments to try and
these
fix.
little weaknesses.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that so you can be that guy. And as you stand as that guy, it'll happen, man.
Alright.
Yeah.
Truth, bro. Truth. Dropping knowledge over here, bro.
Let's go. It must be this juice from Viberry.
Viberry.
Now. Okay. Oh, what's
Bro, that's so cool, bro, because, like, you know, like, a lot of us have that potential here in Aotearoa, you know, like, we have the right mindset, we have the right visions and goals, but I guess it's just the execution, bro, you know, of trying to actually, you know, get to that certain point, you know?
Yeah, execution is probably the biggest part of it. You can think it. Most people
exactly.
think it. Oh, I'm gonna do this one day, but execution. I'd put it down to consistency is probably the best way to do it. If you are consistent in anything you do, you'll get results.
100% for it.
A lot of people think, you know, going to the gym for a week is gonna do anything. It's like, man,
Consistency.
Consistency is the key. Yeah, man. Discipline and consistency. A lot of people think it's not determination. There's a big one people always say, motivation. That's not just it.
Yeah.
Motivation is one half. That's to get you off the couch.
Yeah.
Once you're off the couch, now what? That's consistency.
I feel like motivation is like 10% of it or 20% of it.
Bro.
You know, the rest of it is like actually the consistency part of it.
100. If you think about anyone who does those New Year's Eve, you know, I'm going to be the best.
Yes, sir.
And then like after a month, it's gone. So the motivation's there, and the consistency isn't there to back it.
100, bro. That's so true. I had a close friend of mine in the US, and they always said like we can. He had a saying that was like, we can never be perfect at anything, but if we're consistent, we can be excellent.
Ew, say it again. That was dope. Damn, you're dropping bombs back.
Yeah, that was like my favorite quote. I wrote it down, you know, and like, I'll just say it again for the listeners, you know, like, we can never be perfect at anything, but if we're consistent, we can achieve excellence.
Yeah, beautiful. Consistent. There you go. Heard it here first.
Let's go. Yeah, speaking about, you know, a community, you know, and the trials they have, I guess one of the big things that has popped up in Aotearoa, I mean, it's been here for a bit, but, you know, seeing that you're an advocate for yourself for mental health and awareness, you know, and in your experience, like, what ways can us as a community strengthen that part, you know? Because I'm pretty sure, you know, with your experience and stuff like that, you know, and you being an example for here, people in Aotearoa, right? There's different trials and stuff here, but like ways that we ourselves can strengthen our own mental health.
That's great, man. Let's say I'd say environment, bro. Environment's a huge part of it. Like, our flower can't grow with weeds around it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's actually there's a quote I'm gonna say now. I wonder if this is gonna work, but a weed doesn't need permission to grow in concrete.
That's so true.
It just can grow. So negative thoughts, negativity is the same thing. It can just be there. Where a flower, you actually have to water it. So if you think about trying to be a better thing for the universe, would be to water yourself, to grow yourself, so that you're no longer affected by the weeds.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
Because like they can grow wherever they want.
They can grow anywhere, bro. And they're annoying.
They are annoying.
So annoying.
They ruin your garden.
Bro, they ruin your garden. They ruin footpaths, everything. So you got to look at that like negative energy. It doesn't need permission to grow. It can just be there.
So
I can tell you that this is trash. This is dumb. This is never going to work out. And I won't feel anyway.
Yeah.
But for me to look at myself and say, hey, you got something special. Can I be a part of it? That takes... a bit of like mahi in yourself to
exactly, bro.
Step up. So that's the first thing I'd say is to protect your environment, so that you're safe from the weeds.
Yeah, and then like you have like, because sometimes because flowers, a lot of flowers do grow, and sometimes they can, and like because if you have the right environment, you're gonna blossom, you're gonna bloom, right? It's like that guy, was it like that Dan Penna guy?
Yo.
Right on TikTok.
Oh, Mr. Angus. Can you swear on this, by the way?
If you,
No, I was gonna say
because I was like, look at
No, we'll keep it down. But that guy he's a crazy guy.
He's crazy, bro.
But he's a wise man. He's got some wise.
Yeah. Because he always says like, show me your friends, I'll show you your future.
Right.
And just like, and doesn't even have to be friends. Just like sometimes your environment that you're in, right, can really like either not turn you into a flower, or it can just grow more weeds around you.
Yeah. And if you're not ready to, I guess with our environment as well, if we go back to our community, like we're taught in certain communities, I'll say in Māoridom, we're taught to be quite humble. Like, shush, you're not the man.
Yeah.
Well, don't say you're the man, but and in that like mentality, we kind of grow up with that sometimes. We're like, oh no, I can't.
I can't.
Nah.
Yeah.
You get fucking miles shy, and you're like, nah. And it's in that environment alone that can destroy dreams. Cause it's like, oh no, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a matter of, I guess, firstly environment, and then secondly, understanding your environment. Like having an understanding for why people say these things. Why would he say that? Maybe he doesn't believe in himself. Why would Mum say that? Maybe she wants the best for me and doesn't think that's a good idea. All these things. When you start to realize your environment, when you firstly establish the environment and then secondly observe it.
Observe around you.
You got a better understanding, and hopefully you got a shot.
That's right. You got to trim the weeds out too.
Yeah.
Make sure you trim the weeds out.
Yeah. Not those kind of weeds, fellas. Relax.
Let's go. Moving on, bro. I guess with your career and stuff, having a lot of success. One big thing important to the podcast, we focus a lot on setbacks or failures, and a big thing, especially for our community, is like the way to deal with those. So my question would be, this next question would be, has been there a setback or a failure that you have been most grateful for?
Oh, that's a cool question. A setback or a failure that I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
Man, that takes a lot of work on yourself to even be able to see something like that. Like to be able to see a bad as a good takes a lot of work. So that's a great question, bro. I don't think there was something that I felt was so bad. I try to look at life neutral. I try to learn from my mistakes. If there was anything that really shook me, it was probably the first COVID announcement, first level 4.
Yeah.
I was in China. I was about to do a 30-day tour at an alcohol company over there. A bunch of things happening, man, and then just click like that. It was done. And I think I didn't know how to deal with it. I guess I always thought life was just going to go like this way.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, let's go. I'm just walking around and going. And then as soon as it stopped, I realized, it's not forever. What can I do to change my thinking so it's not so irresponsible? And And so yeah, that was kind of like something I'm grateful for, because in that time I spent more time with my daughter, spent more time with my family, spent more time with my art, learned how to write better. So yeah, I'm grateful. As much as it sucked, I'm grateful for that not a mistake, that failure.
That point. Yeah,
that point. Yeah.
That's because that's so true, bro. Because I think one big thing in community, right, is when it comes to, even though it wasn't a failure, but maybe like a setback. It's like, understanding that setbacks are gonna happen no matter what in life, and how can we change it into a positive in our lives,
In their mind as well.
Yeah.
'Cause that's right, man. I know people in far worse situations, and they tell me their lives, and I'm like, man, mine's not actually that bad, like compared to some of the bros. So I'm thankful. Yes, you learn to be a lot more thankful, like you said.
Yeah.
A lot more grateful.
And then like we don't really see the blessings until like later on when we actually look back.
Fully. Fully, man. Like now, I'm a more patient guy because of it. If you met me, man, that's fine. If you met me like just even a couple years ago, I was like that dude. I was Dan Penner. I was that dude. If you want to get in myself, I'm the best. So I had to like humble myself, bro. And it was the best. It was like, it was the best thing that could happen.
Bro, that's mean, bro. Bro, this guy's dropping knowledge, guys. Make sure you guys. I'm excited for this episode already.
Yo, me too.
What would be one piece of advice you could give yourself?
One piece of currently now or as a kid?
Currently, both. Currently now, yeah.
Ooh, damn! I shouldn't have said the kid one. It's gonna be a sad one. To myself, currently now, piece of advice if you were over there, I'd say you're doing good, brother. Yeah, that's the piece of advice. You're doing all right. Keep going. To the young one, I would say you're doing all right, brother. You're all good. Yeah, I'd say that to both of them.
Bro, that's mean.
Yeah, you're doing okay. You don't have to have it all figured out.
Yeah. That's so true. I feel like a lot of us, we live in a society where it's so fast paced.
Way quick.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so fast paced, and like we're always trying to go into the next thing, but sometimes we forget to look around us.
Fully, bro.
To take time to just be grateful for things that we have right now in that moment.
To breathe.
Bro, 100, bro.
Do you meditate? Just out of curiosity.
Nah, bro.
Nah? Yeah, I meditate, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, I only started from the COVID thing, but yeah, I meditate.
How's that have you seen like benefits from meditating?
100%, man. So there's a thing called presence. I can do it with the people in the room right now, but like if you breathe, right, you can hear the air conditioning. Like just from being listening. You can hear the air conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
I can almost feel the vibration of the air conditioning and the vibration of like a car. Like you start to really feel where you are. Instead of thinking about what I'm going to do, where am I going to be, you just be in this moment.
Yeah.
I can taste the kiwi fruit, I'm going to say. You really get to like zone in on where you're at.
Fine.
And so I do that every day for 15 minutes, and just to see where I'm at and appreciate the things around me, because we wouldn't have noticed that if you were busy. If you came in here to pick something up to do your mahi, you'd be like, oh, you wouldn't even notice.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even notice maybe your bro just sitting there just like chilling.
Mm.
So you start to present yourself to the moment every morning, and then it just helps you understand the day.
Oh, that's so mean. I'm probably gonna try that out.
Give it a jam, bro. 15 minutes, breathe, concentrate on your breathing, and listen to the things around you. Don't judge them, just listen to them and understand them. Yeah.
Right.
Give it a jam.
I'm gonna jam it. Feel the vibrations, man.
Yo.
I guess, bro, we got some good things, bro. We're moving on to one of our last questions.
Oh, that was quick. Yeah. Damn, we finished that quick. I was ready to give you a whole thing. Oh, no. Was that quick?
No, usually it's like 25, 30 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, here we go.
What does authentic mean to you?
Authentic. Unapologetically yourself. Yeah. To be unapologetically yourself. When people ask if things are authentic, right? Like, oh, is this authentic Nike?
Yeah.
Or is it a fake? I guess it's the same analogy. Are you a fake you or are you a real you?
Are you real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, being unapologetically your damn self.
So it's funny, like, like thinking about what you just said about, is this a real Nike or is this fake? Or, a lot of us, we chase to find authentic material things,
Yo,
but it's hard for us to find authentic ourselves, you know?
it's hard, man. It's a hard journey to find authenticity in yourself, because I'll use my own self. Like, so my mom's someone, so she's very protective of our family, and she's very protective of, I guess, the eldest, and protective of money. So for me to say something like, "Hey, I need $5,000 because I believe in a project," that's a huge ask. That's like way too big.
Bro, it's heaps, eh?
It's a huge. I never asked that, but I'm saying it's a big thing to authentically say, "I believe in this, Mum. Please, I believe in this so much. It's gonna work." And then to have everyone else believe you, that's really hard, man. That's harder than people think. So if you can be authentic in everything, I mean everything, even if your ideas are, I mean, I don't encourage you to do this, but if you have a opinion against a certain thing, just be that. Be that, 100%.
Just be you.
Just be you. If you don't like Reebok and you like Nike or something, just do that. Don't try to please everybody.
Or 100, bro.
You can never please everybody.
You can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
There's how many
you're never going to, bro.
You're never going to. Don't try. Just be you. I guarantee you the people that will be around you when you're authentic will be the ones you want around you. Yeah, man.
And
no weeds.
No weeds, bro. No weeds.
Yeah.
Bro. I 100%. Because I feel like that's something that our community, I guess, not really kind of struggling, but I guess like figuring it out, right? And I guess a lot of them, because of like, you know, the outside world and society, you know, being so fast paced, and I guess, you know, not slowing down enough, forget to actually focus on yourself, you know, make those small increments and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, man. I think about it, you're saying that your dad's a hard worker, dude.
Yeah.
Our dads, I look at my dad as well, similar, mine, like, their way of being was so different to ours.
100%.
They just had to put in the work, grind, mahi, and it was like the elbow grease style work, like that sweaty armpit. Dirty
Yeah. Get down and get dirty.
Get down and get dirty. We're right now on 2 microphones in a room.
Yeah.
It might not even look like mahi to our family.
100.
They might be like, "Yeah, that's not work." It's like, no, this is work. It's just a different
type, man.
Different type of work. And that even when you think about it like that, and you think about letting people be their authentic selves. Again, even if my dad doesn't believe in what I'm believing in, if I'm authentically me, he'll see it. And he'll go, "Nah, he's okay. He's doing his thing.
He's doing his thing.
He's doing his thing, man."
Yeah.
It might not be the thing I thought he was going to do, but it's the thing.
It's the thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge thing, is like, you know, just, I guess, maybe trying to help their, you know, whānau and people and family, you know, understand, because especially this day and age, bro, like what you said, you know, even though like might not be what they were doing before, like everything's changing, and technology, everything, you know, like
the Metaverse.
That's what I'm saying. Metaverse is coming out, bro. You know, and gotta get your goggles soon, man.
Gotta get your goggles.
Gotta get your goggles soon so you can see everyone online. You know.
And that's not even like that far from here.
That's what I'm saying.
It could be 2 years. It could be this year. Right. Oh man.
One thing that was crazy was like there was this project, and I think it was like Nick Young and like Kuzma or something. Like they did like a it's like shoes, like different shoes for the Metaverse.
Right.
Yeah. So you
can wear them.
You can wear them in the Metaverse. Straight away, I was thinking, like, bro, do you think they're gonna have like restaurants, you know, in the Metaverse?
You know, you need to think about podcasts in the Metaverse. Because, bro, I've actually had the conversation. You can take this if you want. Bro, traditionally things have to come back to what they were.
Yeah.
You think about Metaverse, you think about old school things. What was the first thing to pop off in New Zealand? In our culture was magazines, newspapers.
That's right.
Imagine if you were vlogging in the Metaverse. Today, in section 698, whoever fell over and like, oh, no, you're just like talking about. Or you said Nick Cannon and whatever. Shoot, like, you become the news of the Metaverse.
Of the Metaverse.
Yeah, bro. Because I guarantee you, CNN and them have no idea.
That's crazy.
Imagine that, bro. I shared that with someone about a magazine. Like, imagine, you know, XXL.
Yeah.
Imagine that in the Metaverse.
Bro, imagine just walking in and then that's the paper they see. Everyone's using the paper. Like, hey, did you read the new on the Metaverse? It's like,
yeah, bro. That's what I was thinking. So yeah, get on up. You do it. You be the first NZ herald in the metaverse.
Meta herald.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. It's that kind of thinking. Now we're in a place where that kind of thinking, I guess, again, if I use my dad as an example, might be funny.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Writing a herald in the metaverse. It's a real thing, man. It's potentially real. NFTs, people laughed at 2 years ago. Now they're real.
Popping off.
People have made money.
That's
Millions.
what I'm saying, bro. You get a Bored Ape and you're living life, man.
You're in there. It's crazy.
Bro, that's so true.
So actually, on that, the meditation to be present, make sure you do that. Especially if you're in the metaverse, because you might get lost. You might get lost and think you're actually happening in there and come out and be like, what?
Let's go, man. Have some Viberia up in there.
This is actually, I almost finished it for anyone listening.
Let's go.
It's actually good.
Bro, that was my first time having that flavor, and I was like, what the?
I'm going to try that one as well. Can I try this one?
Yeah, watermelon.
Stubborn. They're mine.
Mean, bro, mean. I guess before we end it off, bro, is there any last thoughts or any like, I guess, last words of inspiration before we close off?
Let me think. Yeah. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it, because they couldn't. Because they're right, and so are you. Yeah.
Like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's more like, oh no, that's a better way to say it. Confucius. He who says he can and he who says he can't, I'm
usually right.
That's a better way to say that. And bro, and thank you for having me, man.
Hey, bro. We're right honored to have you, bro.
Yo, it's
honored
cool
to
to be
have
here. When I came here, just to be everyone listening, when I came here, I was like, I'm in the right place, because it was just like this big building, and I was a bit scared, to be honest. I thought it was gonna beat me up. But here we are.
Here we are. Save the sound at the end of the podcast. Man, that's.
Who are these big Islander guys? They want to beat me up.
Forrest. Bro, honestly, like, we're grateful to have you on the show, bro, and to share like your words of wisdom and your knowledge here with us. And 100%, I know that a lot of people that do listen, they're gonna be inspired. And obviously, you being one of inspirations here in Aotearoa, 100% grateful for the things that you do, brother.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me again, bro. Honestly, it's cool. It's cool you keep doing this stuff, man. This is important for our culture to keep the conversation up, especially around mental health and especially around our community growing out of the weeds.
100%, guys. Don't be a weed, guys. Don't be a weed. But yeah, guys, don't worry. Make sure you guys, if you enjoyed the episode, comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Again, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube. And don't worry, guys. We'll make sure we'll put all Kings music on our platform as well. But until next time, guys, grateful for you guys tuning in. So we'll see you later.
Peace.
Let's go.